Did you have FOMO as bad as me this week? I actually pulled the trigger on a few trades, but did I screw up? Why is the market rallying along with Tesla stock? I'll tell you what I'm seeing and what my game plan is for Tesla stock this week. And you can copy off my paper right now. Welcome back, everyone. In this video, we will cover the huge week that just happened. What are the key takeaways from it? And I will lay out my strategy for the coming week. And if you are like me, not the coolest kid, or you have a crooked head that makes your glasses crooked most of the time, but you want to build real wealth alongside a real person, go ahead and subscribe, hit that little notifications bell, and while you're down there, go ahead and give the video a like as well. All right, so let's recap the prior week. Monday, the Dow was up 1,627 points. Tuesday, the Dow was down 26 points. Wednesday, the Dow was up almost 800 points. Thursday, the Dow was up almost 300 points. And Friday, it was closed for Good Friday. Let's do some super technical analysis on this past week. It was a FOMO-inducing week, to say the least. The only day that made any sense was Friday, because the market wasn't open. Super technical. What are my takeaways from the week? There are really three big takeaways from the week for me. The first, the illness showed signs of slowing. On the positive front, we got our first signs that we may be slowing the virus. Now, I'm not saying we're past the worst or anything like that, just that we are seeing signs of slowdown and not just outright explosion anymore. This doesn't mean we're on the road to recovery and that we are going to reopen the US economy next week, or we couldn't see an explosion in the illness again in the coming weeks. Just that what we are doing is having a positive effect. But let's not get complacent or start losing our brains out there. The science community is working hard, but there still is no cure or vaccine yet. So keep being safe. I want to see everyone get through this. The second thing is record unemployment continued. Just look at this chart, and that's just the filings for this week. That does not take into account the filings from earlier weeks. So that means there are tens of millions of people out of work right now since this all started, with surely millions more that are going to be filing in the coming weeks. Even if the pace slows, I still don't think we won't see anything less than millions applying every week for unemployment. Keep in mind, we only have roughly 157 million total workers in the United States, and already more than 10% have filed for unemployment. By the way, 10% unemployment is ghastly. But I think we can all agree we're going to surpass that number. And each week I keep thinking more and more about the ramifications of this. Even if the government replaces the money of everyone who lost a job, I'm not sure it's going to do to the economy what we think it's going to do. If I'm one of those people that had just lost my job and I got that aid, I don't think I'd be going back to business as usual before all this started. I think people are naturally going to rein in their spending and look to lessen the burden financially. Maybe move in with friends or family or some other way of reducing their spending. So I don't think it's going to have the economic impact so many people are banking on with this recovery we saw last week in the stock market. And the third thing I saw this week, and it was probably the biggest one, FOMO nearly killed all of us this week. Look, I know I'm just a small channel, but I couldn't tell you how many comments I got in the comments section about FOMO directly. Comments like, what should I do? Tesla's going up. Or, I think I missed it with Tesla. I even started a separate chat room just for FOMO. It even got to me. The illness showed signs of slowing, and I felt that was an early sign of one of my buy signals. So yes, I did buy some stock on Tuesday because I saw one of those signs. But if I'm honest, FOMO just got me. I actually was running scenarios for deploying all my cash. And no, I don't have millions of dollars like others here on YouTube. But it was really hard, and reading everyone else's comments didn't help. Hence why I made the FOMO video. I'll link it at the end of this video, so please reference it often if you need help with FOMO. And yes, I watched it a couple times to keep me from buying again. It's pretty sad, and I had to watch my own videos to keep from buying, but I don't think YouTube gives me credit for watching my own videos more than once. Anyways, back to the trade. So my trade laid out like this. I bought shares of Carnival and I bought shares of Apple. In the end, it was a false start, but long term, I believe all those investments will be profitable. Short term, probably not the best move. On the bright side, I only gave in a little and gave the market a small nibble. Hey, I'm a regular guy. Nothing special, and FOMO got me. Plain and simple, FOMO got me. So to hopefully prevent that, I'm going to resubscribe to my own channel and like this video, so hopefully I can avoid FOMO next week. And I would encourage you to do the same. At least like the video to help me feel better about blowing it last week. Come on. my strategy for the week. Copy off me if you like. As always, this is for entertainment purposes only, as I'm a complete idiot. So in addition to everything we just talked about, the Fed also stepped in this week to provide more liquidity to the markets. At the beginning of this crisis, when the Fed stepped in, markets dipped, but now the market wants to rally instead? We have the country and most of the world completely shut down. Record unemployment numbers again. And the market takes it as a sign to rally? We also have every company adjusting their earnings guidance down for the quarter and for the year. And the market rallies? We have government infighting in regards to providing more aid. So unlike the past few weeks, bipartisan politics is out again. And the markets still rally? This market seriously needs to stop smoking whatever it is smoking and start making some sense. I've said it before and I'll say it again right now. The market is on crack. Look, even the pros are dumbfounded by this market right now. They have no clue why we had this big of a rally. And Tesla rallied huge as well. But why? The first, it got an analyst upgrade from hold to buy. But read the headline carefully. It also got a target price cut from $800 down to $650. So hang on. Let me see if I can get this straight. So this analyst who now says Tesla is a buy, but also thinks it's not going as high as when he thought it was a, hold. If that isn't double speak or whatever you call it, I don't know what is. So when something's a hold, it's worth 800, but now that I'm telling you to buy it, it's only gonna be worth 650. It's kind of what this guy said. That's why I hate analysts, and also how I know the markets are trading way out of whack right now. The second reason, and it's basically a broader reason, is Tesla seems to have an exaggerated relationship with the market. If the market is positive, and Tesla's positive for that week, Tesla seems to shoot up more than the overall market. And when the news is bad, Tesla seems to take a bigger beating. Look, I know it's part of a growth stock in general, but I think it speaks to the strength of the retail investor and how bullish they are on Tesla. And I think it speaks to the other side with the amount of short sellers that are out there against it. Mix it all together, and that's just a recipe for large swings in Tesla stock. Tesla did get some good news this week, and I do believe they may actually get some good news out of quarter one. I think this because I believe they just moved everyone up in line who was waiting for a Tesla. It's the luxury of having more demand than supply. But it's also dangerous as you are masking today's problems with tomorrow's wins. Kind of like robbing Peter to pay Paul. But Tesla has that luxury right now that no other automaker has. In general, this market is just so up in the air, patience is paramount. So unless I actually get one of my buy signals this week for real, I will be holding off another week from buying Tesla stock. So the next thing you need to do is subscribe so we can fight FOMO together, or at least like the video if you enjoyed the content. And as promised, click the video that just popped up to get help with FOMO. Thanks.